Winter camping isn't just about surviving the cold. It's about thriving in it so that you can capture that perfect morning light. Today, I'm transforming the CRV into a heated winter cabin with a custom DIY window cover. Let's get warm. Well, welcome back to Monk Reflections. If you caught my car camping setup video, you saw how I'm building a complete tiny house in the back of my Honda CRV. And I was blown away by the response. Many of you asking, well, what about winter? That's what we're tackling today. As a wildlife photographer, winter offers some of the most dramatic scenes, but it also presents the biggest challenges. I can't focus on composition when I'm shivering, and camera batteries die fast in the freezing temperatures. I have some big photography missions planned deep in the western plains of Kansas later this month. But before I head out into the backcountry, I need to dial in my systems right here, close to home. So today is a tutorial on adapting a summer loadout for freezing temperatures. We're going to cover the essential gear swaps, battery management, and the centerpiece of the build, a custom fabricated window insert that allows me to pipe in safe dry heat from an external diesel heater without drilling a single hole in the car. This is going to be a game changer for humidity control and comfort. So let's get started. So let's start with the interior loadout. The foundation remains the same. The bed platform that I use, my kitchen setup, the sink here, and the stove. However, it's the soft goods that need a really serious upgrade as weather turns cold. In the summer, I can get by with this light quilt. But in the winter, I need to layer up. For a base, I'll use this 19-degree sleeping bag. But here's a pro tip. Don't just rely on your sleeping bag. You need to layer up. I layer up with a heavy wool blanket. I choose a wool blanket for a couple of reasons. One is that besides the added warmth, it helps control moisture. Condensation becomes a real challenge in the car. And wool will absorb the moisture without losing its thermal properties. Now power. This is an area that a lot of people fail to consider. Cold weather saps lithium batteries. I use this EcoFlow power station to run my refrigerator and to charge the batteries for my cameras and my phone and all the other devices. But this power station is also hooked up to my alternator of the car. So as I'm driving, it's recharging the power station. In the back, there's a 12-volt plug, and it will run my refrigerator. But most important, power station is going to be used to operate my diesel heater that I'm about to set up. Common question I get is about power draw. You see, a diesel heater requires a lot of power, about 10 to 12 amps right at the startup. That's 100 to 120 watts of power. But once it's running, the fan and the pump only sip just about 1 to 2 amps. So, it drops down to maybe 20 to 25 watts of power. If the battery's cold, it might struggle to deliver that. So I keep my power station inside so I can make sure that it's fully topped off before I leave the house. My fridge is also very efficient. When it's cooling, this thing draws about 25 watts. But once the fridge is at the temperature I set, then it shuts off and it just draws a trickle to monitor the thermostat. So overall, this is a very energy efficient setup. Now let's get to the main event, the heater port. Oftentimes people will just crack a window and they stuff a towel around the heater hose. And that's dangerous and it's inefficient. I want a sealed system. And the goal here is to create a rigid insert that fits into the rear passenger window channel. It'll hold the hot air duct securely while keeping the cold air, and more importantly, any exhaust fumes completely outside. The first step is to create a template. So I just start with a large piece of paper, press it against the open window frame, and then trace the edge with a marker. I need to take my time here. If the template is wrong, the ABS panel won't fit. And I'm going to cut about 1/8 of an inch larger than the opening to account for the channel depth. And I transferred the paper template to cardboard and the cardboard template to this ABS plastic. I cut this piece to provide a snorkel for the fan. I'll attach here and attach this computer fan to draw air from the window opening down through and in for fresh air in the summertime. And in the wintertime, this diffuser goes in here and the air duct from the heater, supposed to be sitting on the outside of the car, would come into the back of this. That air can get pretty warm. So in order to keep the duct away from the back of the plastic, I'm going to put on these 2 silicone gaskets. Provide some space between the 3-inch air duct and the plastic itself. I'll have to get some more air duct that will run from here down to the diesel heater. Just to take these tiny screws. When you're 70 years old, and A, to be able to see them, and then B, to be able to actually screw them through this ABS plastic to hold this piece together in order to make this snorkel for the fan. Finally, here's the completed window insert assembly in the car. This is the outside. The heater hose going down to the diesel heater. And then from the inside, here it is. We've got the air vent here. Down here we have the intake fan. A couple of mods that I'll try in the future is I may try to put sort of a pocket over on this side and another on this side over here. Now it's time for the ultimate test, to take it out and see if it works. Come along with me in the next video, and that's what we'll be doing. We'll test this whole system out in the field.